This is the first game without La Araña. The Premier League is starting yet again.
So it begins.
Accused FC versus a club that's actually broken rules to start off the 32nd and final Premier League season. Why is it the final one? Because if City wins 5 in a row, a British civil war will erupt to overthrow Sheikh Mansour and ensure the red cartel clubs keep on winning. Today we have Cole Palmer FC, and I actually took a flight to London the other day and recorded a video of a Chelsea training match. Unfortunately, half the squad was injured, so I could only get a video of the starters. Speaking of starters, we'll start with Cole Palmer, a human thumb. To Chelsea fans, the greatest player to ever play football. I gotta be honest, when he left City, I was extremely devastated. Baldylocks didn't give him the respect that he deserved, and I miss him every single day. But as the old saying goes, if you love something, Todd Boehly will eventually buy it. Raheem Sterling. The answer to the question, what if Ice Spice didn't take Ozempic? Yes, the mini T-Rex has still yet to find his rhythm in London. Perhaps a move to Manchester United is on the cards, since he only likes moving to big clubs. Don't worry, I will always love Raheem Sterling, especially that assist to Ilkay Gundogan, my uncle. I will never ever forget that. Gusto! Yes, with the not-so-shocking injury to Reece James, he will be the first choice right back this season, and yeah, he's very good. Fast, tenacious, good on the tackle, and a very good FPL asset as well. Cocoa Puffs. And shut the f up, you look like a mutated Puyol with a beard. But honestly, bro was so good in the Euros though. Haaland, tiembla, que viene cucurella. Yeah, we'll see about that. And we cannot talk about Chelsea without mentioning Discount Guardiola, Enzo Maresca. Now, Maresca will obviously want to do things his own way at Stamford Bridge this season, and there's good merit behind that as well. But there are a few lessons that he can learn from Pochettino. For example, he can look at how the Argentine got the best out of Cole Palmer, which will prove critical to Chelsea's ambitions this season. Palmer, who often played on the right last term but was allowed to drift inside to a more central role, is obviously the main man, and fulfilling his potential will ensure a great season for the third biggest club in London. Maximizing Palmer's full potential should not be really difficult for Maresca. He's already worked with the England international before his time at Chelsea at Manchester City. He's already had a full preseason with the Blues, and apparently he loves possession football. Wonder where he learned that from. I honestly have no doubt that he will charge up his players for an enthralling season ahead. Speaking of charges, Manchester City are coming in with a weaker squad than last season. Losing Julian Alvarez to Park the Bus FC was devastating, or in some cases even cheating, depending on which diva you ask. Walker, Bernardo Silva, and Prince Harry are all aging and regressing in their abilities, and we still haven't signed an Alvarez replacement or even a backup for RODRI. This is a massive game, and we need our star players to turn up, so naturally Erling Haaland will ghost, and RODRI will save the day from a deflected shot in the 72nd minute. False alarm! No RODRI. No RODRI at all. Let me get this straight. Probably no Kyle Walker. No John Stones, no RODRI, no Foden, no RODRI again, because he's that goddamn important. Oscar Bob is obviously a no-go until December, and we're playing Chelsea at the Bridge. Great. I am quite simply just honestly asking for a draw against Chelsea at the Bridge. They have so many young players. They're very raw. It's the start of the season. It's a mental thing. It's not really about quality. Home game Chelsea, Stamford Bridge, new talent, new season for Chelsea. Redemption arc for a lot of their players. Their players are going to be aggressive as hell. We haven't beaten them in a year, okay? We tied twice. This is how I predict Manchester City to line up. We obviously have Ederson. We have Rico Lewis, Akanji, Ruben Diaz, Gvardiol, our midfield three because of no RODRI. This is why not signing a backup is biting us in the butt. Bernardo Silva, Kovacic, and Kevin De Bruyne. And obviously out wide on the left, Jeremy Doku on the right. I think Savinho might actually get a start. And obviously Erling Braut Haaland up top. This is going to be very interesting because if we do have that partnership with Jeremy Doku and Savinho, we are going to be in for a thriller. We're going to be in for fast-paced counterattacks. We're going to be in for a lot of skill, a lot of players taking players on. Remember, Savinho was ranked in the top 2 or 3 players, or maybe I think he was first in La Liga, but in Europe, I think he was in the top 2 or 3 players for completed dribbles per 90 minutes and across all seasons. Kovacic is obviously not going to be doing the job of Rodri, so we're going to have to be playing a little bit risky. It's going to be a lot of risk. Obviously, John Stones is not here, so we're going to have to deal with Kovacic and Bernardo Silva in the midfield. Do I like that? Obviously not as much as Rodri, but Bernardo Silva is a workhorse. He can run up and down the field like a gazelle. He's got 3 lungs. Kovacic, he is a little bit rash when it comes to his tackling, so that is a bit of a worry. Rodri is obviously our best football player. Well, our most important football player. His absence is going to be terrible. For Chelsea, I have no idea how they're going to line up. I made 3 lineups and I still didn't even run out of players because they got so many goddamn players. I suspect Sanchez, Gusto, Fofana, Colwill, Cucurella. I'm going to say Enzo Fernandez and Romeo Lavia and Caicedo is going to be in the midfield 3. I honestly think Neto and Nkunku and Cole Palmer might actually play. Pedro Neto, interesting signing. I do think he is injury prone. However, he is a talented player, so I'm not really going to go on that too much. Nkunku still hasn't risen up to even a fourth of his price tag. Obviously, that's just because of injuries. But we'll see how he does this season. He is a top quality player. We obviously know how good he is, given his amazing hat-trick against us at the Etihad in the Champions League. He is phenomenal, Nkunku. When he gets going, he is absolutely fun to watch. As far as their midfield, Caicedo and Romeo Lavia and Enzo Fernandez, I think that is a total of... That is at least 260, 270 million pounds or something ridiculous like that. Enzo Fernandez and Caicedo aren't worth a tenth of their price tag at the moment. They are quality players. They just need some time. So hopefully this season they can break through for Chelsea. The only positive I can think about the match is Chelsea's defense. Chelsea's defense looks a little bit anemic in my opinion, a little frail. Yes, I know preseason isn't the main indicator, but honestly, they looked really weak defensively during preseason, and honestly, I do think that some of those mistakes are going to come into play during Sunday's match. And that is why the pace of Jeremy Doku and Savinho is going to be absolutely frightening. When Erling Haaland's pace, when he gets going, is absolutely frightening, with Kevin De Bruyne being able to make those passes. Kovacic is very good at dribbling. We actually saw that in the Community Shield. We saw that in preseason. Kovacic can take 2 or 3 players on if he wants to. He's obviously not quick, but he's I think 31, 32 years old. He's got the experience. He's got the mental capacity to make those decisions and dribble and make smart decisions into space. He can create things. And Bernardo Silva, obviously, is an amazing ball retainer. The only thing that I think we need defensively from Kovacic is obviously defensive prowess. His tackling ability needs to be stepped up for this game in order for us to have a chance. Here's the thing, the main worry is obviously Cole Palmer. We know he's going to be playing on that right side or just under the striker. And when he does play on that right-hand side, Josko Gvardiol needs to be wary. And the thing is with Jeremy Doku, he doesn't like the track back defensively. It's one of his weakest attributes. That's why Jack Grealish was so important for us. Remember that assist that he had to Riyad Mahrez? He was amazing in that game against Chelsea at the Bridge. Defensively sound with a hint of creativity. Jack Grealish is absolutely stunning that season, especially in that game. And the thing is that Jeremy Doku's lack of defensive prowess might hurt us because we know Cole Palmer is going to be getting the ball. We know Cole Palmer is going to be drifting on into that midfield spot with his left foot. And the thing about it is that if they have Nkunku, I'm not sure if they're going to have Jackson. I don't know who the hell they're going to have. They have Washington. They got so many players, Chelsea. The thing is, whoever, Mark Gahey, they have so many players. Whoever they have on that striker position, the thing is that if they have Nkunku, he likes to drift back. The only threat, in my opinion, on the attacking third for Chelsea might actually be Pedro Neto. And the thing is that if Nkunku plays as a traditional number 9 and he gets by, he does have the pace. He's very good. Then it could be a huge problem because Rodri would be the one to cover that space, to make sure Cole Palmer doesn't go off easy, to make sure that when Cole Palmer drifts inside, Rodri is going to be in that hole defending him. That's what Kovacic needs to do in order for us to have a chance at this game. Now, I do expect us to keep possession. I do expect us to keep at least 60-65% possession. Chelsea are not really a possession type team. They love to stretch. They're a very, very direct team, Chelsea. They don't like to possess the ball too much. They're very direct with their passes. They love to stretch the play out wide. Soon as a play condenses inside, their attacking players thwart forward, and Cole Palmer makes those pinpoint passes, especially when they keep slight amounts of possession outside the box. Cole Palmer loves to deliver those floaters from outside the box. And obviously, he's very goddamn good at it. That is why not having someone like Jackson might potentially hurt Chelsea a little bit. I don't really see Pedro Neto or Nkunku winning those headers against Akanji or Ruben Diaz. Certainly with Rico Lewis as a right back, Pedro Neto can probably win a header against Rico Lewis. Anybody can, honestly. But still, it is a bit of a worry. I don't know if I want to predict the draw for the first opening game. Honestly, because it's at Stamford Bridge, I am going to be slightly more humble than I want to be here because I want to give Chelsea the respect that they deserve. Yes, preseason was terrible for Chelsea. You have to understand that for a player's mentality, it does not matter. This is, like I said, the beginning of the season, raw players, young players that want to get on the current champions. What better way to prove yourself to Todd Bowley or your manager, especially when you got 15, 16 other players breathing down your neck for a starting position, than against the champions at home. This is a raw opportunity, an amazing opportunity for their young talent to embrace the challenge and go up against Manchester City. They will be aggressive. They will be fast-paced. I am predicting a 2-2 draw. If I do think one team might actually win this game, I'm going to go in favor of Manchester City, but I do think that this might actually be a draw. It's more of a mental game. It's not really a game about quality. Obviously, our team is better than theirs, but it's not really about quality. This is the first game of the season. It's all a mental battle from here. We shall see. All right, I'm obviously rooting for Erling Haaland. I'm obviously rooting for Savinho. It's going to be emotional not seeing Julian Alvarez on the pitch, but regardless, I am predicting a 2-2 draw. Let me know what y'all think. This is a preview for the first game of the Premier League. I cannot wait. Thank you all so much for watching. I will see you all next time.